I've been very blessed that I have primarily worked for women. So at an early age, my first career, I worked for Jane Hudson and Nancy Testerman, and both of these ladies worked with me in setting personal goals as well as career goals, and how they had to complement one another. Often I would have a personal goal, and it didn't really work in with my career goal, so they taught me that early on, how to connect those two. And recently, I've worked with Sandra Parker, and she's the owner of our company, and she has again, she's just shown me how to bring my career and my personal life and my faith all into, one life that we live, and to really reach out and to inspire others.
And I wonder if, and Ann, we can start next with you. If you could tell us a little bit about how volunteerism plays, especially for you, how volunteerism plays a role in your career development.
I think it plays a tremendous role in career development. As a matter of fact, we have some CEOs who are partners with us who insist that their management team get involved in some sort of volunteer activity. For one thing, it's great networking. It's just like this. I mean, you have the opportunity to sit across the table and to be out in the community with folks who are from all different walks of life. And I think they can be an influence in your life, both from a business standpoint and also from a personal standpoint. I also think that it helps you be more well-rounded. I used to work for a man who insisted that we get involved in something, and he wanted to know that we were compassionate. And he felt that in order to be able to be good leaders and to be good managers, that we needed to have compassion and to be able to see people from different sides of their life. So I think it has a tremendous value.
And volunteerism is a priority to me. I work with the Christian Women Job Corp, and I also work with Three Strands, and I think that passion comes from having so many women in my life that have inspired me. It's just that opportunity to reach out and to give back to our community. It does keep us in touch with, really with reality. Once you've kind of experienced some form of career success, it's hard to sometimes realize those that are still pursuing, our dreams. And so it's really developed me to go back and to train them on some of the things that I've learned. And I've really been inspired by some of the women that I've met at the Christian Women's Job Corp. They have some significant roadblocks that sometimes we forget about. And so it just continually challenges me to be a better person.
Thank you.
Volunteering has really been a huge part, I guess, of my career development. When you're starting out, you don't really have experience, and when employers are hiring people, they want somebody with experience. So it's kind of like, well, where do you get it? Volunteering is a great opportunity for people who are starting out to experience different things and to be involved in projects, be involved in the development and planning of things. And it gives you an opportunity to put that on your resume, and you were talking about looking like a more well-rounded person. That plays into effect too. So starting out, that's a great way to get that experience. And then, as you develop the networking opportunities that come along with volunteering, a lot of these organizations touch some pretty amazing people in business. So if you're looking at it from a business standpoint, that's definitely a good opportunity for you there. But I guess reaching a little bit deeper and beyond that, it gives you a different perspective. You were talking about how you get kind of set in your ways in business, but whenever you start volunteering and you reach different people and you see their stories and you hear them and where they are and you go where they are, you get a different perspective, and that kind of helps you with your career development too. It gives new ideas. You can bring new opportunities to your business by also giving back to the community. So if you aren't involved in volunteering in any organization, I highly recommend that you do something, whether it's just serving on an event committee or going out and serving at registration. You just get to meet so many people, and it is very inspiring, and it helps you to be that well-rounded person that employers are looking for. And I guess as a business owner, I'm not a business owner, but if I was, I would think that that would help me too, as far as just recruiting people, reaching out and doing business with other folks. So, like I said, if you're not involved, I feel like it's our responsibility to be involved in the community, especially as women. We just have a nurturing aspect to us, and we kind of think outside of the box. And I think that's something great that we need to share. Make sure we do that.
So in general, you have careers, you have volunteering, you have social or family life. How do you find balance in all of that? Can you share some tips with us?
I think two of the things that I really keep in mind is, because it does get out of balance a lot. I'm not going to say we all keep that perfect balance, but it's keeping your support group and keeping your focus. We all work long hours in the positions that we're in, and we do need that support group, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's a peer. I have a special friend who works in the same industry I'm in, and if I have a problem with just dealing with a deadline, I know I can call her, and she's been there. And my family is very close. We're very fortunate to be a part of this community, and couldn't have done it without my family helping me raise my child and my husband and all. One of the things that I do is keep my priorities right, whether it's my faith or it's my time with our family. Everybody knows not to mess with Paula's horse habits. We have horses in Kentucky, and it's a passion my son and I have shared all of his life. We go to Kentucky every Saturday. Paula will work 12 hours a day, but on Saturdays they know she needs to go spend that time. And it's a time that I've set aside for us. And, whether it's, just a day in the park or a dinner with friends, don't lose sight of that, because we cannot keep on the same track that we're on all the time, or we will get out of balance.
I guess for me, it's just realizing that you're not going to always have balance. And secondly, also being honest with myself and not overextending myself. Those are two things I always remind myself. And then one thing I've found is approaching my personal life like it's my business life. So planning, being very organized, and even I try to, this sounds odd, but my husband is a project. Like try to schedule, it's true though, it's like, it's true. This is true. But it's true. You need to schedule time. It's actually. I actually will send him calendar events, meetings for dinner. Just put it on the calendar so it's there. And if you just schedule it and just try to, it's the only way to really manage that effectively. I guess sometimes it's just put as much energy into your personal as into your business. Just manage it, and then just realize that you're going to have to work 12 hours some days, but also keep your priorities. I think that also helps. But that, I think, for the most part, has helped me. And just realize that, especially with young kids, that sometimes can be overwhelming if you're working and husband, kids. But then with kids, I always feel like it's going to be gone like that. So I'm willing to work 24 hours a day just so I can spend time with them and also work. So that's kind of what works for me.
Good. I want to make sure we have enough time for questions that you all might have. So I'm going to just do one more here, and that is, what do you think the biggest challenge facing women today is, and what advice would you give to overcome that?
Well, I'm not saying anything new that hasn't been said just before this. I think our biggest challenge is balance. I think that we all kind of assume that role of superwoman, and we want to be the best at our job, and we want to be the best to our children and the best partner, and it is just stepping back and setting those priorities, I think. And in our office, when we talk about it, our number one priority is always family. And we know that we have to pitch in and make concessions when somebody has an issue that comes up. But it's just, I still think, balance.
I think one of the biggest challenges any of us are facing is the fact that we are in a changing world. Our roles are changing. A lot more is expected out of us every day, and I know we all keep going back to that focus and balance and not losing sight of what's important to us and how we must affect people in a positive way. All of us are leaders in the community, in our jobs, but there are just so many external forces, and one of the things that I just try to do is just take one thing at a time. I know we're all, you're reading the papers about multitasking and all, but basically we can only do one good thing at a time, and if we just keep that and get that done, then move to the next thing.